It is finally happening. After years, literally years, we are going to do our backyard before and after renovations video. So I hope you're as excited as we are. Now, I'm just going to insert a clip from October 2021, which was before any of the work started on the back of our house and our backyard. And Dan's going to walk you through what our backyard looked like before and also what we thought was happening. And then we will walk you through what our backyard looks like now and what actually happened. I'm just going to say we are just so happy with it, even though it took so long and it cost us so much money, but we couldn't be happier.
Let's go out and show you what our current backyard looks like.
Don't judge us.
And it's mainly gotten really overgrown because we know this has been happening, so we just haven't done anything with it. And we'll show you what the plans are going forward. So as Erica said, this door will be gone.
It'll just be a wall.
So first off, that leads to the front of the house. The plan is that all of this will go and the concrete will go and we'll just kind of pave it here.
This part we're still
negotiating
working out what's going there, but
part.
It's pretty much just like a utility walkway, nothing nice looking, sort of,
and
just
then
neat and tidy.
This part will all come up so that it's the same level as this part, so no step. And then this is going to be bamboo timber flooring with like arbors across the top here and covered. So that's going to go all the way along the back of the house. Like I said, arbors across here, and the doors are going to go like even bigger than this window in this whole kind of portion here. And then over in this corner, see, the problem with what we've currently got is this is like just all concrete and garden bed and completely unusable. So
and it's quite wide, like it
a
takes
metre and a half almost.
Yeah.
By doing that, so timber all the way to I think about here, and then we're going to have paving here, and this is going to be my barbecue spot. So this big tree's going, all of this is going, and then we're going to have my barbecue stuff here and the servery window here. So that will all kind of neatly kind of blend the front and like the house and the outside.
Mm-hmm.
And then as we come up into this corner, which you can see is currently a jungle, that is going to be a podium, like a deck, like a gazebo.
Like a raised deck.
This thing is also going.
It takes up our whole current backyard.
And it dropped down about 6 months ago and we can't get it back up, so it's so low at that end that I smack my head on it every time I hang the clothes on the line. So anyway, there's a big kind of decking podium gazebo going here with a roof on it, and behind that will be some trees and plant material to kind of give us a bit of privacy to hide that shed from next door a little bit. And we're still figuring out what's going to happen up in this section, but there might be a little kind of couple of seats with a little paved area, or there may not. It might just be grass. And then
budget dependent.
Yes, it's likely to be grass at the moment. And then as we come down into here, there's going to be a pond somewhere around this area, but there's still going to be some grass, which is nice because we didn't want to completely lose the grass. And then as we come into here, this is going to turn into the utilities kind of section, which is going to be concreted. And
yeah, so there's
come
kind of like
all the way to here.
Some like a palisade, it's called.
Yeah,
which is kind of going to break
just
it
so
up.
we don't look at the clothesline from the gazebo that's there. So something's going to be kind of screening this part here, and then all of this part to there will be like, we'll put a clothesline there, it'll be concreted and it will be level as well. So yes, it's going to be a very big job and it starts in a couple of days. So this is where I went out the door before, and this is what it looks like now. Window here. The side passage took a little while for us to hash out what was going to happen here, and we didn't want to spend a lot of money, but I'm so glad we did it, because we were on the verge of like, do we bother doing it or keep it the way it was? It was totally worth doing it because it's much more user-friendly path. So the path is much wider. A very similar garden, but nicer plants.
Bit more contained, bit smaller.
Yeah, and this has grown. So this has grown. It started on the ground and it is now almost all the way up the fence. So we're really happy with this part of it. We also bought a new hose, which we needed. We had a hose link before, but it was only 10 meters and it was not big enough to reach up into the back area or out the front. This is now a 25 meter. It came with some pressure hoses and stuff, and we're really happy that we bought this. Totally worth it. So now this is the back area of the house. It pretty much went to plan. So there's boards here, just bamboo flooring, decking boards. The arbor across here just stops this from getting completely wet all the time.
So there's a clear kind of roof there. You can't really see.
You can't, but
there's a roof.
It has protected the back of the house. We had some massive amounts of rain while this was in process, and it did save that. We also have these big doors, which was part of the back room renovation, which we have filmed a before and after of before, and we will pop up, I never know, but it will be up there if you want to go back and watch that. And then it rolls over to the kind of barbecue area, which was my main focus. And this also went pretty to plan as what we expected. We've got big servery window here. The thing we've found is it's quite difficult to leave these open and unlocked because Scout enjoys opening them up, and she's figured out how to do that. So that is a little bit annoying, but other than that, other than the doors not keeping Scout out of the backyard, pretty much this area has gone to plan. So we've got like a screen here, which has been excellent because we see into the neighbour's backyard there, so I'm sure that's been good for both parties. We've got my regular barbecue and the smoker. I've used the smoker a fair few times, more than I have the barbecue since we've moved it back. There was a little gap here. There's this weird gap here that we just filled with these plants, and these plants have grown really well in that spot.
They're native violets. We've got them throughout the garden.
Yeah, but they've worked well there. And we have the lighting, which is really good because I'm able to be out here early in the morning and see what I'm doing. So I've enjoyed that. We were also really happy with the paving that we've chosen in both areas where all the areas where there's paving. So this comes up the steps into our pergola, decking,
gazebo.
We finally got some nice outdoor furniture, which has really helped set this part, make it look finished actually, because before we had furniture and it didn't look right. This is teak outdoor furniture from the Weber store, and we're really happy with it. We've just got some cushions that are still coming. So we have actually been using this quite a lot. We'd come out here in the morning, have breakfast, cup of tea before we go to work. Also, I painted the shed. So in the video that you watched before, there it was grey and ugly, and this is dark colour has just hidden it a little bit more, and it matches the colour of the shed, which I also painted, which I'll show you in a minute. Also, all of this planting has already grown a fair bit. This one especially, it was pretty small when it came in. We couldn't afford mature plants, so we had to go with baby plants.
Less mature.
And we just have to wait until they kind of fill the area. But it's starting to happen. Like that one there was tiny, and it's gonna like just keep growing. So yeah, we're happy with the garden part. We do weed it a bit, but not super often. So this is the part that we really were not sure what was going to happen here. It was very funding dependent, but thankfully I'm so happy we didn't just do grass in here. So the plan was to actually do what happened, but we were unsure whether that was going to be affordable for us, but I'm super glad we did. So we've got paving here, and it's a reasonably big space. I think when the designer was explaining it to me especially, I thought she was calling it like a little terracey, and I thought it was going to be
like a metre square
of this size, like a quarter of this size, and it was kind of, I couldn't see the reason that we would want it. But we now kind of have 2 seating zones, which I'm really happy with. We've got this couch style that we also bought from the Weber store, and these cushions are marine grade, so they can stay outside, they can get wet, they're not going to go mouldy or anything like that. So we've been really happy with the furniture that we bought, and super glad we did this part.
And the good thing is, I think it's given us, in this part is shaded in the morning, and then this part is shaded in the afternoon, which has been nice in summer, but then also this part is in the sun in winter, so it's kind of given us options on where to sit, and you know, different
types of seating as well.
Yeah.
Because we weren't sure whether we wanted a table and chairs, but I'm really glad we did table and chairs and the couch, because I like the combo. So this area we have our herb garden, which Erica has been using and enjoys, but we need to plant something else because the coriander didn't make it as usual. We also have this no-mow style grass, and I'm not sure whether you can pick up the different lengths, and there's little clumps of it. This went in probably 5 or 6 months ago, and it has not been cut or mowed or anything. We're just going to let it go.
Rustic.
The reason is mowing this, it's all kind of shaped in a weird shape, and it would not be very easy to mow.
And it's very small area.
Small spot, so I'm glad we went with that, because we were tossing up whether to do regular grass or something more like this, and I think this has really been the right decision.
It's really nice and soft under your feet as well, which is what we enjoy.
And I'm glad we did get some grass. It just adds the texture to the area. This is probably one of Erica's favourite things. She wanted a miniature, is it a dwarf or something?
It's like a grafted lemon
tree. And there are 4 lemons on there. So we've been happy with the pots that she chose as well. And these purple flowers, honestly.
So it's all Australian natives actually in the garden, and then anything that's not is in pots like the herbs, and we've got some lavender and thyme.
This was another thing that the designer really wanted, was that we could sit here, and another thing we couldn't envisage, but we actually do sit here
all the time.
A lot. We've got our feet on the grass, and we can look at the pond, which are we calling it a pond?
Yeah.
The pond, sit at a different aspect of the backyard and enjoy having our feet on the grass. And I didn't think we would sit here ever. We will come up this part, and we will sit here.
The great debate.
So this is not what was originally on the plan. The plan was to have like a proper in-ground, bigger pond, and I just could not. I'm just like, the cost didn't make sense.
No.
And I was just like, take the pond out, and she
Yeah.
was adamant there had to be something water to balance the rest of the garden.
And
so
are you glad that we got this at least?
I'm glad we.
Yeah.
I am glad we got
Yeah.
this. So this is just a really big pot. Is that
Yeah,
correct?
it's the same.
Oh,
So
it's
the
the
one
same
that the
as
herbs is in, it's the same. It's exactly the same.
Yep. So and
just
it's
filled
got a
in-
pump and a light, and we bought these plants from a water garden specialist on the Central Coast or north of Sydney, and we're happy with the plants. There's a couple of flowers. There's
Just about to
a
open.
lily that's right on the verge of opening up, and the other plant also has a little yellow flower on it. And our niece and nephew for Christmas bought us some pond fish. So we started with 5. We're pretty confident there is now 4. That's the one we couldn't see before.
Oh, so there's 4.
So there's 4 fish currently in the fish pond, and we've had them since Christmas Day, and it's currently the 16th, 15th
Of January.
of January. So lasted a couple of weeks.
20 days.
Another part we're actually really happy with are these kind of railway sleepers that just act as a screen for the next area, which is the utility area. It means we're not sitting on the deck looking at our undies on the washing machine. It means we're not looking at our undies on the clothesline, and it again adds another kind of texture. And everyone that has
Yes,
come
I was
into
just
this
about to
backyard
say, the most
absolutely
commented thing.
love this. Everybody who has come in makes a comment of how much they like these sleepers. The guy who did the landscaper hated them, but everyone else really, really likes them. I also just wanted to show that I painted the shed to match the colour of the other shed that is not ours.
That's the back of our neighbour's shed. This is our shed.
And I'm glad we did that. We need to fix the glass. The glass was broken when we bought it. So the windows need to be fixed, but other than that, the shed looks good with that colour on it on this side. And this is our utility area. When I was talking about it on the video, we thought this was being concreted to save money, and when it was done, this is what happened. So I think we spent more money on it than we thought.
It was just cheap, crazy paving, though. It's not. It
Yeah,
wasn't
and
expensive.
it looks nicer than what just plain concrete would have. The idea of it was, one, it's predominantly the clothesline. Thank God we no longer have that big Hills Hoist clothesline taking up our whole backyard. This clothesline we are super, super happy with. There's 6 lines, and we could custom make the length. So it's quite a good length. It does come down, but we never pull it down at all. But we could pull that down, and then this space can be another seating area if needed. It's unlikely we will ever do that, but you can do that if needed.
But it's nice to have this space if you want to like wash something.
Yeah, wash the
or,
bins
like,
out,
yeah.
or even just clean something out or
Yeah.
whatever. We've got this area that can handle all the water and everything, and it's quite close to where the hose is. Well, hopefully, I know a lot of you have been waiting for this video. We've been promising it for, I don't know, about 6 months. Hopefully you've enjoyed the before and after and seeing how it turned out in the end. And kind of, I thought it was good to see that other video around what we thought was going to happen.
I know. But let us know in the comments below what your favourite part is, or maybe what you would have done differently. We would love to hear it. We had a lot of fun planning it all,
we?
watching
That
it all
was fun.
grow.
Maybe Erica thought that was fun. But watching the plants grow has been great. Having spaces to sit. And Erica has said on other videos that she even likes seeing it from inside the house.
Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.